Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down an absolute heavyweight clash on the Pacific Coast. We are talking about a totally thrilling 2026 World Cup quarterfinal between Spain and Belgium, a matchup that literally went down to the absolute wire.
Picture the scene. We're dropping right into the high-stakes electric energy of Los Angeles. Referee Michael Oliver blows that whistle and we are officially underway for the 8th and final time at this venue before the tournament packs up and heads to Dallas. The atmosphere is just buzzing, and the tactical chess match between these two massive footballing powers is officially on.
All right, setting the stage with the quarterfinal clash. Before we even dive into the goals, we really have to talk about the incredibly contrasting journeys these two squads took just to get here.
It is the ultimate contrast in styles, right? On one hand, you've got Spain, the 2010 world champions and recent European kings, and they came in rolling. 5 matches played, 5 clean sheets, they have been completely untouched and uncompromising. But then you look at Belgium. They traveled a much grittier road to get here. They just finished completely silencing the host nation in the last round, breaking hearts to earn their spot against this Spanish juggernaut.
And we absolutely cannot ignore the massive storyline sitting right between the posts. The number 21, that is the incredible number of World Cup appearances for Thibaut Courtois, who is anchoring this Belgian defense today. He's a formidable presence out there, and opposite him, Spain's Unai Simon, stepping onto the pitch looking to keep his pristine, unblemished tournament record completely intact.
Moving right into the action, Spain draws first blood. From the very first whistle, the tempo just instantly skyrockets, which leads us to the first critical tactical moment of the game. Let's break down how this builds. You've got Lamine Yamal and Pedro Porro working beautifully together to penetrate out wide. This totally stretches the Belgian defense and forces Courtois into a really desperate parry. But here's the differentiator, Fabian Ruiz. He got the nod in midfield over Pedri today, and he just crashes the penalty area, finishing the rebound to secure that vital first goal. That broadcast call really hit the nail on the head, didn't it? This specific moment establishes Spain's primary tactical weapon for the entire match. It wasn't just about their trademark beautiful passing. It was relentless, pure anticipation. Belgium had bodies back behind the ball, sure, but Spain's sheer desire and mental sharpness to reach that spilled ball first, that made all the difference. But hey, Belgium levels the score. They weren't just going to fold under the pressure. Instead, they orchestrate this brilliant counterpunch initiated by the always visionary Kevin De Bruyne, reminding everyone exactly why they're such a dangerous squad. You could literally feel the shock in the stadium at this moment. After 5 straight clean sheets of this tournament, someone finally found a crack in the Spanish armor. Unai Simon is finally beaten. So how did they pull it off? Pure, meticulous patience. They didn't panic. First, they held extended territorial possession, using fantastic ball movement to just shift that Spanish defense side to side. Then they patiently worked it out wide for a traditional, precise delivery. And to top it off, Charles De Ketelaere positions himself so aggressively, just overpowering the defense to forcefully head in the equalizer. He absolutely wanted it more, and he marked his territory heavily to put Belgium back on terms. Now we find ourselves tied up at 1 apiece, leading into a goalkeeping masterclass. The match completely transforms into this tense, high-stakes stalemate, totally defined by some incredible athleticism and positioning between the posts. Courtois was an absolute wall out there, repeatedly frustrating the Spanish attack. First up, he saves this stinging, pacey shot from the silky smooth Lamine Yamal at full stretch. Literally moments later, he miraculously denies Dani Olmo on a very dangerous rebound that honestly looked totally destined for the back of the net. And then, a fabulous, highly intelligent stop when Yamal tries his patented left foot wrap toward the far post. Courtois just demonstrated this exact, perfect understanding of the geography of his penalty area.
Heading into the second half, Spain pretty much hogs the ball, completely dominating possession. Yamal is consistently finding these really dangerous pockets of room on his left foot. Yet Belgium just remains a defensive fortress. They're relying heavily on the sheer pace of Jeremy Doku and the vision of Kevin De Bruyne as constant, lingering counterattack threats. That exact defensive discipline from Belgium keeps clear-cut opportunities surprisingly rare for Spain. I mean, we were truly resting on a razor's edge here.
All right, here we go. The Hollywood headline finish. The tension late in this game reaches an absolute boiling point, setting the ultimate stage for a truly dramatic climax. And it all kicks off with the number 19. 19 years old. That's the age of Pau Cubarsí, Spain's young center back, who remarkably steps entirely out of his defensive line to just rip a heavy, long-range shot right when his team desperately needed a spark. It's crazy because it's almost a perfect mirror image of Spain's first goal. The teenager Cubarsí hits that heavy shot from distance, the ball is uncharacteristically spilled by the Belgian keeper, and, just like earlier, Spain reacts first. Substitute Mikel Merino simply side-foots the rebound right to the net, coming fresh off the bench, and he is the absolute first man to the ball to snatch the lead. You just can't write this stuff. The sheer emotion is undeniable as Merino, who is hilariously dubbed Merino in the heat of the broadcast call, breaks Belgian hearts late in the match, putting Spain on the absolute brink of the semifinals. It is the textbook Hollywood ending to a truly grueling tactical battle.
So, what's the real takeaway here? Well, this is the overriding tactical story of the entire match. For the first goal, Fabian Ruiz scores off a parried rebound. For the second, Mikel Merino scores off a spilled rebound. Think about that for a second. Despite all of Spain's legendary tiki-taka passing, all that intricate buildup, and their endless possession, they won this massive knockout game simply by being the sharpest, most alert men reacting inside the penalty area.
Despite a chaotic late push from Belgium, and Unai Simon bravely committing his whole body to secure a dangerous ball flying in for Romelu Lukaku, the final curtain eventually falls on the Pacific coast. Spain advances with a really gritty 2-1 victory.
So, with their tactical sharpness, their ability to instantly adapt when their perfect defensive record was finally broken, and their completely ruthless match-winning anticipation in the penalty box now fully on display for the world to see, we are left to ask one massive question. Who can possibly stop this uncompromising Spanish team next as they continue their relentless quest for a second world title?